Pavelski had a really strong showing last weekend in singles, making top 8 again. Fry, not so much, but still able to do extremely well in singles at various tournaments and also in the doubles landscape as well. And so, yeah, I know they always try to go for some wild stuff. You know, that's kind of what they're all about. Jakeyy and Saphir,
It's just cool that you can farm clips while playing at this level, right? Because, like, Brawlhalla hasn't gotten easier.
Yeah, that's fair.
And usually what I see in any other game that's lasted, what, almost 10 years now, is that the pros that make their names for themselves in the first 3 are washed by year 7, you know?
That's fair.
So the fact that you're saying, yeah, Pavelski got top 8 last weekend is like, holy cow. Because you're basically juggling 2 full-time jobs at that point, right?
You know, the other thing that I think is that, like, these guys were competitors for a really long time, and then also when you, like,
it's
go
like the fighting
do,
game
like,
element.
content stuff, I actually feel like because you're not playing to win, you know, like, there's something about just like that, I'm just trying to get the fun thing that I think is actually really hard to deal with as the competitor on the receiving end of it.
And I also have to remember that the skills you learn to do really well in fighting games do not rust away.
Yeah.
As in other genres. And I've kind of noticed that in quite a few games. So here we go. We got Jakeyy and Saphir, however. And Jakeyy, one of the few boots players in doubles that has been doing it since the launch of Tesca, teaming up with Saphir, who has been on Oldrim for basically half a decade. Pavelski's going to go down there with sweat beads. Jakey's still living. It is 5 stocks to 3. And FryDasOle does recover back to the stage. I thought Jakey's going to put out a ground pound there, but FryDasOle's able to cover his head. Nice shot with the scythe recovery. And that Cider will finally take Jakeyy down.
Okay, and FryDasOle trying to get something on Saphir here, but, you know, of course, minimal amount of true combos on this scythe here is going to make it difficult to do so. Another opportunity. Fry just kind of going for the immediate hit after every attack that he gets here, right? This time he goes for the side hit.
Got some recovery. It was a good recovery from Saphir.
Nice try for Pavelski to cover that with a side air. Just couldn't get there in time.
Oh, side air not going to hit. Ground pound going to be chase dodged through, and Saphir goes for the weapon throw to cover his recovery and gets the hit on Pavelski. That dive kick would have knocked him out, but Pavelski makes it back. Gravity cancel unsig.
Okay, Fry looking for an opening here. Not going to be able to find it. And the fun part about this team, of course, is that we are rocking a double scythe intos, right? Which you don't see often.
Oh, stuff recovery.
Nice timing.
Does dodge. Yeah, the timing was critical there. Yeah, he went for an immediate immediate diagonal dodge, and Pavelski waited for the full, like, am I falling now? before he went for the air dodge there. So great timing there, but it's still 4 stocks to 2. Pavelski's just been getting trounced off stage.
Oh, wow.
FryDasOle.
All right, well, he's like,
and then
yeah, that makes sense. It immediately goes up and ground pounds Pavelski, and then is like, whoa.
Ground pounds Pavelski. Sally goes like, yeah, that's right, that's me on the big stage. You know, or tactically speaking, right? Gravity cancel taunt is the longest lasting gravity cancel thing that you could do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what he was stalling for, though, so.
I don't know if he was stalling, really. I think he's just like acknowledging the fact that he messed up.
Well, that's going to be game 1. FryDasOle and Pavelski having a tough start at the very beginning and continue to have a rough start as they went up against Jakeyy and Saphir, who are looking very, very good.
Yeah, no, these matches are going by so blazingly quick, you know?
I mean, it's before winner's quarters.
Sure, but I mean, these are, you know, still really strong teams, and we're in EU. I have to point that out too.
You know, Europe. I just think we've picked 2 very interesting matches where, like, there's the team that's clearly like, I want to win this really, really bad, versus the team that's like naming themselves San Diego Runback and 2 YouTubers.
Yeah, fair.
So like, my expectations are tempered.
And it's also, you know, we're not watching like Blue and Heisen or Simple anymore, you know, so it's like it's a different landscape.
Simple,
for sure.
That's a throwback for sure.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
Oh, wow.
Neutralite with the recovery.
Surprise. I have to fish for one more hit here, but I mean, FryDasOle basically on his last legs here on his first stock. Going to get caught, and then the pass to Saphir, but since it's decided from the opposite side of the stage, Fry's going to survive, but that recovery is going to be enough.
So here now can go for like the down sig here. Jakeyy just gonna hold the weapon. Yeah, love that side sig right there. Got him. Gets the neutralite sidelight nair. Jakeyy went for the jump, but was completely out of exhaust. He was like exhausted of all resources, but he was ready to follow up on Saphir's sidelight nair there. So that was a great team combo off the edge. FryDasOle gets the end sig. Not gonna knock out though.
Yeah, tried to get that pass over to Pavelski, but didn't find that.
Very nice cleanup.
perfect. Got a ground pound on one side, and I think Pavelski getting what, maybe a recovery on the other. Going ahead and wiping the board clean, giving us a clean slate. And then here we go, right back into the thick of things. Here, Saphir finds an opening on Pavelski, turns around to see if maybe we're going to get an opening onto Fry, but Fry just kind of backs off.
Yeah, Fry, good positioning there. Avoids Jakeyy, gets the downer punish on him going for a down light. And Pavelski almost ready to fall for the recovery. They're destroying Jakeyy. Jakeyy without jumps. FryDasOle goes to cover Jakeyy's landing. Side six Pavelski in the back. Saphir now on the opportunity to get the edge guard there. That could have been such a great start for a lead for the blue team that just ends up going south.
Okay, nice interrupt from Pavelski there with the recovery. He's going to go ahead and get rid of that stock from Jakeyy. And they're just going to let Saphir kind of chill here while Jakeyy respawns. Interesting choice there. Maybe just didn't feel like aggressing too much, or not really sure why I didn't go aggressively there.
Pavelski has Jakeyy off stage. But Saphir catches him. Sideline nair. Let's see if they can get Saphir here with that stock. Pavelski goes for a down air instead of an air, so he can make it back, and FryDasOle's just out of there.
Okay. Pavelski going to go ahead and fly some time.
Away. Oh, but he got caught. That's brutal. Neutral light nair recovery. Dodges the axe recovery just barely.
Okay, but at least now the blue team is armed, so they can try to start fighting back here. Pavelski needs to be careful with the stock. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Gets 3 recoveries to take Saphir off the top, and now the stock count is even. Opportunity.
Here it is. Nair and a neutral light. Still good damage. That's more than I thought they were going to get. So 5 hits off of that respawn from Saphir means that Jakeyy is just as damaged as Pavelski. Pavelski destroyed Saphir, but then the wake up a ground pound is going to take Pavelski to the red.
Oh, nice try.
To Jakeyy. Can they get it here?
Oh, Pavelski's getting on the stage and get a weapon. He gets grabbed by the neutral sig, and he's out of options. Fry is all by himself. Now, what a catch from Jakeyy. The power of that Tesca neutral signature.
Which is actually not that high.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Caught him out of his jumps, but he went nowhere.
On release, though?
Yeah. Ooh, gets the side air right afterwards. Kind of baited him going down there with the side sig. Went down for a punish, and Saphir watched exactly what his next move was going to be. Gets the side air for the knockout. Yeah,
I kind of got to give credit to Saphir there, because part of me wonders if Fry let go that ground pound early, if he would have spiked that side air from the Rocket Lance there, because a lot of times you kind of have that interaction where you have a vertical facing move going up against a horizontal facing move, and the one on top usually just stuffs it out. But it means he must have not gotten. He either didn't let go and therefore was waiting for the activation hitbox, which is just smaller than just not letting go, right?
Yeah.
Or Saphir had really good spacing. It's one of the two. I've been spiked as the Rocket Lance player in that situation many times. So good stuff to Saphir for being able to get that one through.
And then Saphir ended up closing the game as well with the edge guard, playing well around Jakey's aggression. Jakeyy almost got punished for how much he wanted to go off stage that game. Pavelski and FryDasOle basically make their living off of offstage clips, and Jakeyy gives them a lot of opportunities for it. But here might be clipping Pavelski with those ground pounds. Weapon throw forces the dodge. Pavelski does make it back though, gets one sider, and Saphir comes right in, get the side light nair. Pavelski dodges the recovery. Gravity cancel end light recovery will put him into orange, and while taking a ton of damage, gets the first stock onto Saphir. What a play from the blue team.
Yeah, Pavelski just being a bit of an opportunist, seeing that there was someone near him that close to the magnifying glass on top, and just letting an unarmed recovery rip, securing the first knockout. But now split up from FryDasOle as Saphir and Jakeyy are trying to close in. You can see FryDasOle gets that down tick. Too many frames on the animation, gets interrupted, but and now it looks like both members of the blue team are going to go down.
I'm fine with FryDasOle going down there. Kind of looked like he drifted in the recovery, just to sync up the respawns. Jakeyy barely damaged until FryDasOle starts just punching him over and over again, and now we got a combo onto Saphir, so it looks like they're going to be focusing on the Ulgrim here in game number 3. They've got to win this one if they want to stay in it. Otherwise, we've got another 3-0 leading us in the quarters. Do you like ground pound? I will get it on to Jakeyy, but Pavelski gives Jakeyy way back. And then the stuff recovery. Ground pound, dare, trade stocks, and that's 3 for 2. That's a great stock coming in for the red team.
Honestly, at the end of the day, I think it's a good thing that it ended up being a trade for the blue team as opposed to just a complete. Instead of being a complete loss, just because FryDasOle was playing unarmed for like the past 45 seconds, and there were weapons on the stage, just chose not to get it.
At the end of the day, game stays even now because of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Saphir was getting destroyed pretty hard.
Ooh, let's see. Weapon opens up, gets
dodge.
caught.
Whoa, back and forth there with the side air punishes.
Yeah, they got to get Fry, we got to get Saphir. Those are the hot topics in this game right now.
Oh, gets the... Jakeyy went in for the save. Good job from Pavelski. He had the gauntlet sidelight and then just spot dodged in place. Kind because Saphir went in for the save, and then they ended up hitting each other. Another bout of friendly fire there, but Jakeyy does get the ground pound on the Pavelski. Jakeyy could follow shortly afterwards. There's the side air from FryDasOle. Good wake up. Goes in for the ground pound. They're trying to take Saphir out here and now. Instead, both blue team members get on the left side of the stage. Really close game 3.
Yeah, they're really committed to playing the game of leapfrog right now. You can see how cautious they're being with trying to find their openings.
Nice dodge.
Yeah, Fry trying to get the punch, can't get there in time.
Ooh, neutralize.
Nice save.
FryDasOle actually saves with the dare. Says, get back here.
Yeah.
Like, uses the active input to send him away.
Because realistically there, whether he hits his teammate or the opponent, both accomplish the goal, right?
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to hit the opponent for the damage, but at the end of the day, you still save your teammate.
Yeah, 8 damage as opposed to a team combo that can knock you out. That's great. Oh, Jakeyy gets them both, but no. Saphir ends up going through the recovery.
Wait.
I can't believe he went off stage for that, and then spiked off the stage. Sidelight Nair recovery. That's game 3-0 for Saphir and Jakeyy very quickly, putting FryDasOle and Pavelski down into the elimination side of the bracket. I think these 2 games were faster than pre-show.
Yeah, probably.
that was
tough.
We were just speed running in the winners' quarters there.
That last interaction on the left side of the stage there ended up being a little bit messy, right? It was kind of that moment where I think both